Why shouldn't I go live? Stupid quote. It's not, it's a great quote. It's a beautiful quote. It's a stupid use of it is what it was. Hello, I'm EnviroBoy. This is my channel, and it's Monday, and I'm back after a surprise not streaming this past Friday. I'm here, and we're streaming. Life is busy at my day job because we are nearing the end of our fiscal year, which means that there are 8 million deadlines that are due, and even though I'm on top of my crap, when things pop up, I don't have the same amount of time to just wait until it's convenient to do it. So that's why I wasn't here last Friday. It kind of bummed me out because I was looking forward to working on this and also to streaming, because we are going to be finishing Mass Effect. It's going to happen today. God damn it. It's going to happen. But in due time, because we're going to do some writing first. I'm actually really stoked. I'm really wanted to do some writing. So let's go ahead and dive into it here. Oops, hold up. There we go. Here we are. So what on earth were we doing last time? Last time we were working on shops, and we're going to keep doing that. We were working on the fish market, like the docks / fish market and everything is what we had been working on. And yeah, I guess we'll just keep working on that. I decided to go with a straw with my beverage today, so that way I didn't have to constantly shove my microphone out of the way. Adapt and evolve. Alright, did we start a map? I don't think we had set up a map for this one, but I don't know. I guess I don't actually want to do a map right away. I think the first thing I want to do is going to be absolutely ridiculous. I want to look up a big list of, like, different types of fish and figure out what the stock would be. What kind of fish market stuff you can expect to find reasonably. So I have zero experience. I don't even enjoy fish in my personal life. I don't eat fish. Like, it's just not within my preferred palate. So I don't know a damn thing about fish. So we're gonna look up common fish market, common fish market supply, maybe. I'm just gonna look it up. I don't know. Seafood supply chain, marketing of fish, fish supply and demand, seafood making sense of wild seafood, price effects of changing quantity. Why? Oh my god. This is going to probably betray a whole lot about just who I am in general. The fact that I'm coming up with all kinds of, like, technical papers about, like, food chain crap here. Common fish market. Let's try inventory, maybe? Fisheries, inventory. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Fish and seafood markets in the U.S. Industry data. Maybe that. Okay, that might be it. I don't know what this is. I don't care about COVID-19 impact. Fish market industry. Aquaculture, seafood. Why? Wow, this is not. Let's see. I'm just gonna try doing. Okay, let's just simplify it. Fish market. Let's just try a fish market. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's gonna show a map of fish markets. Let's avoid that. I don't know. I don't want to show people exactly where I live. That's a good way to dox myself. I don't know. Let's try the fish market. What does this do for us? Fresh from the sea to your table. Menu. Menus? I don't know. Let's see what kind of stuff they got going on with. Is this just a restaurant? This is a restaurant. Okay. Man, I don't know. Common, I don't know. Common food fish. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know a damn thing about this. Which is funny because I pride myself on actually being a decent cook, but fish just isn't in my rapport. I've never grown up enjoying it. My family never really had fish. We always just kind of stuck to chicken. And so I don't know anything about fish. Fish is food. Wikipedia. Can't go wrong with Wikipedia. Dishes. No, No, that's not like specific types of fish. Wait, hold up. Wait, what was this? List of foods. List of seafood dishes. Oily fish. I don't know. Common food fish crossword. Oh, it's not. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's like an infographic. Maybe this will do for me what I'm looking for. Just show me the damn picture. There we go. What is this? It's common fish of Costa Rica. I have no idea where that is, but hey, common fish. I don't know. I feel like I'm overthinking this. I feel like I'm really overthinking this at this point in time. What's this? What's this one? No, these are like incredibly regionally specific. Common food fish in America, maybe? In American streams? Let's try that one, because it's supposed to be a freshwater. It's supposed to be a freshwater thing. I don't know. Common stream fish? I don't think that'll help us. Bait fish, what lives in our streams? I don't know. I just want... Why is it all clues? Yeah, it's all clues. Common food fish. Types of fish to eat. I don't know. Yeah. See more. Let's try that. There we go. Types of fish to eat. I don't know, man. Okay, yeah, let's just... You know what? Okay, I can already tell. I'm overthinking this. Inventory. Standard inventory. I don't know. First off, there's no commission. There's no commissioning fish. It's whatever has been... Gosh dang it. See, this is one thing that I really don't like about OneNote is it really does not slide down when you're just trying to like select a whole lot of stuff. It just doesn't do that. And it's really irritating. Okay, standard inventory. I don't know. Standard inventory. This is what we're gonna do. Let's see here. Crappy fish equals 1 copper. One copper piece. I don't know. I never know how I wanna do it. Yeah, we'll do it that way. 1 copper piece for a meal of fish. I don't know. And then we'll do crappy shellfish. And we'll say, I don't know, maybe shellfish is like is harder to come by. So 2 CP for a meal. It's like a meal's worth of fish or something. I don't know. So that's our standard inventory. You can always find that crap. Uncommon inventory, 50-50 chance that it'll be there. I just want to select all the text. Gosh dang it. It's being so finicky right now. Okay, uncommon inventory. I don't know. We'll say good fish. And we'll give it, I don't know, we'll say 5 CP for a 5 copper pieces for a meal. And we'll say good shellfish. And that'll be, we'll say that's 7 copper pieces for a meal, a fish. Well, you know what I could do, actually, what would really help this be a bit more obvious? We could bullet point these. Could stop being stupid and bullet point things. Then special requests. We'll say fancy fish. 1 silver piece for a meal. And then fancy shellfish, and we'll say that's we'll go up with 2 silver pieces. It's not exactly a linear progression there, but who cares? 2 silver pieces for a meal. It's complete and utter bullshit, because the other thing about it too is I know that this is never actually gonna matter. My players are never gonna want to go to the fish market and then be specific and choosy about what fish their characters purchase for their rations. But, you know, maybe I just, like, off the cuff will riff a side mission where they're trying to please someone and they want to get some fancy fish or something like that. So, a special request, they'll have to, like, ask about, like, I don't know, where the best fish dealers or whatever. I don't know. Man, I just don't know. I don't know how to make this seem like a normal, sensible thing. Having a fleshed out fish market in in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. It's nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense, but God damn it, I'm committed, and it's there, and it has to exist. I've already committed to it being there. So, and now we have to make a map of it. Because, I mean, think about it, though. Like, think about it. It's like, I'm providing this here not necessarily because I expect my players to... because I expect my players to regularly utilize it. But it's like, one, in case there's a situation that comes up with, like, a player backstory that says they want to go fishing. It's like, hell, I'll give them some downtime stuff. They can go traipse around the fish market and do some stuff around there, you know. Or, like I say, if I'm just kind of trying to riff a side quest or something, then I can you know, do that. You know, offer up the fish market as a location. Or if they wanna, if there's gonna be some sort of chase, if they're trying to hunt down a criminal in the city, right? And so they start running through the city, and I want to offer up some sort of, like, I don't know, like a Avatar style thing where there's the guy with his, instead of a cabbage cart, it's a I don't know, a salmon cart for them to, like, crash through. I don't know, like, it's all about, what it comes down to is it's all about trying to establish options to make available different options that the players might have fun with and be able to utilize. And even if I never use it, it's there. And maybe in a different game or a different location, suddenly this type of thing will become relevant. So I can just sort of, you know, borrow it and give it to them as an option. You know, it's like, those are just all kinds of different ways. Hey, Danny. Let's see here. What is the build program you're using? I'm using Dungeon Draft right now for making maps. It's wonderful. It's a little limited because in a lot of ways it's still a very new program that they're doing a lot of work on, but it works very well. And the reason that I love it is because when I'm playing games online, I use Foundry. When you import a map into Foundry from Dungeon Draft, so Foundry is designed to be able to have, like, really, really powerful interactive maps that include, like, automated lighting effects, line of sight, all that kind of stuff. You can sync it with D&D Beyond, so people have digital character sheets. They can have their character sheet open right there in the virtual tabletop and stuff. It's a really powerful thing. And using Dungeon Draft, it's designed to work with that. So when you import a map from Dungeon Draft into Foundry, it, like, all of the lighting effects and stuff that I put in here will be automatically imported and functional in Foundry. That's like, because it also does things like having doors that can be opened and closed by players or by the DM. It has windows that can do the same thing too. So it's like it'll live update and impact line of sight and all that kind of stuff based on all that stuff. So it's a wonderful tool. And Dungeon Draft is there's a couple programs that can work like that, but the one I've landed on and enjoy using is this one, Dungeon Draft. So that's what I'm using, and I definitely recommend it. I absolutely recommend it. So yeah, let's make a map. I don't know. Let's do some water here first off. So because we're talking about, we've got ourselves we've got ourselves a fish market here, right? And the fish market. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to undo that. Okay, here, wait, hold up. We're gonna discard this. I need to do something. I need to swap these just to make it visually a bit better here. So this is gonna be 24 by 32 tiles. 24 by 32. Ba-boom. There we go. Okay. So all the programs have some sort of the programs that I'm using just to get access to them. So with Foundry, you have to pay for, it's a one-time payment for a license. You buy the license and you have access to it. And same goes with Dungeon Draft. They're not too prohibitively expensive. I think I remember Foundry being $50 American dollars and Dungeon Draft being maybe $20 American dollars ? I don't remember. It was a little while I purchased them ago, but it was well under $100 US to be able to get access to all of them. So the thing with Foundry is as a baseline, you use your own computer as the server, and so your players will access the game, like they'll access your computer like it's the server to be able to access the game. That's the baseline. But my computer, because of all of the security and stuff that I do, doesn't play nice with that. So I pay $5 a month to have access to a server program called Forge, which you just upload your Foundry game there, and it hosts the game for you, so you don't have to do it on your computer. So that costs $5 a month to do that. So there's a little bit of a continuous cost for that. And then one thing that's really nice about Foundry and Forge is they have a whole lot of different widgets that people have made. And so, like, a lot of them are free, but some of them cost money. So depending on what sort of, like, widgets and features you want to add to it, that'll impact, you may have to pay a little extra for that. So, like, I mentioned that I have the integration with D&D Beyond. That's a widget that someone made, and they're continually upgrading it and improving it. And so to have access to the full thing, you have to subscribe to them on Patreon. So there's a couple extra dollars I throw at them at Patreon to be able to have access to that, but it's not necessary for using this tool. So there are one-time purchases for all of the stuff, and then continuous expenditure is very dependent on what type of experience you want to have with it. And I'm not going to sit here and try and say one is better than the other. It's all just about your game, your needs, and all that kind of stuff. But at any rate, like I say, it's very highly recommended. I absolutely love it. It's a big improvement over top of Roll20, just because it is continuing to be updated and improved, whereas I've always felt that, not always, but I've of late felt that Roll20 has kind of been stagnant. So that's why I kind of wanted to graduate away from Roll20. But it really is very dependent on what type of game you're running and what type of experience you want to have and what you want to provide for your players. But certainly I recommend looking into it. I definitely recommend looking into all of it, because it's all very, very cool, fun stuff, for sure. So, okay, so for this map, we're making our docks and fish market here. So naturally, we have to start off with our water, right? Because it's like the dockyard and everything. So just slide down there. There we go. Boom. There's our water. Yeah, Roll20 is, don't get me wrong, Roll20 is a great tool to have access to, especially because it can be free. But it's limited and it's aging. It's limited and it's aging, and like I say, I get the sense that it's kind of stagnated. They don't, like, it's kind of reached a level of equilibrium that the people in charge of it are apparently pretty content with, and that's not a judgment thing. If they're happy with the service that they provide and the type of customer base that they have for it, then that's great. Obviously there's no need for them to do a whole lot extra beyond that. But for what I was looking for, it kind of felt like it wasn't providing everything that I wanted after a while. So that's why I personally made the switch. Um, Especially during COVID, when playing online was really the only way for me to play with any of my friends. So it was really essential. Like, it wasn't just a, like, oh, this is kind of nice. It was really essential. And now that we've established it, and everyone's gotten used to it, we actually use with one of my groups, we still do meet up in person when we can, but because we're all super busy, it's hard for us to do that. So we use Foundry as a way to play weekly, even if we can only meet up to play once a month at best, right? So it's a really good way for us to be able to keep up our games, even though we don't have the same type commitments as we wish we would have. But yeah, let's see here. Okay, so this is gonna look kind of funky, and I'm not perfectly sure I'm gonna end up loving it. But I want to make like a boardwalk of sorts here that kind of goes up against the water. So I'm just going to try putting some, yeah, see the wood, it just looks weird. It looks weird the way it does it. Undo. What is this? Damaged. Why is it? I don't want it to be red. Is it going to show up? Oh, it's not going to show up as red. Okay, good. It looks red on the screen for me, and I was like, I don't want the wood to look stupid red or anything, but so if we do something like that, I mean, it's repeating, and I wish that I could make the ends a little less, like, I kind of almost want it to be a bit more railroady. Is there a way for me to rotate it? What if we do, hold on, let me just try something here. Try 90-degree rotation. No, not 90.7. Why would I do that? Let's try that. Okay. Undo. So then undo. Let's experiment here. It's all a matter of experimentation until you find it exactly. Yeah, okay, so that's already better. That's already a lot better. What does it look like close up? Honestly, that's actually kind of exactly what I want it to look like. I'm not perfectly sure that I love how straight and uniform it is, but I don't think there's going to be a way for me to make it jagged because they don't really have a paintbrush feature for the floor tiles.
Alright, let's bring that beat back.
I mean, terrain brush. Yeah, they just don't have what we're looking for here. Prairie, I want the terrain, I need the dirt terrain here for most of this. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna make this all like dirt here. Okay, let's just make this really big here so we can get a nice wide swath of dirt going on here, right? Because for the market, there's not gonna really be a whole lot of grass growing for most of the market. Most of the market is just gonna be like a dirt lot here. Right, it's like the county fair if you've ever been. Does that track outside of the U.S. the concept of a county fair? I don't know what sorts of hillbilly and tractor pull cultures exist out of the U.S. I don't know if it tracks. Gets the idea well across enough. Honestly, that's as much as I can hope for a lot of times. Because the other thing about it, too, is, like I say, odds are it's not going to matter for a couple reasons. One, because my players don't notice, and two, because I'm making a fish market in a city with, like, a functional fish economy going on here. This is not likely to be something that my players spend expensive time in, if at all, whenever I run this. The idea is, one, it's world building, and I love world building. It's my favorite thing to do. But the other thing is, it's presenting options to be available. So it's like if I need just some sort of random place for them to chase a criminal through, it's like, ba-boom, here we go. We got a fish market. It's busy and crazy. So, it's busy and crazy, and there's the opportunity for someone with a trout cart instead of a cabbage cart to have it get destroyed by people running through it. It's perfect. So, yeah, that'll work. That works pretty well. Although the one thing I do want to do is with our dirt lots here, I'm going to have the dirt kind of expand out a little bit here and just kind of... Actually, you know what? That's not the worst. If we do that, and then just like a few random like patches of grass around, right? That makes it look a little less like kind of, you know, weirdo the way I've got it. Just do stuff like that. I don't know though. That's a lot. There's a lot of grass. Sure, outside the U.S. Yeah, no, county fairs. This is the time. This is the time for county fairs. And don't get me wrong, like, I make fun of them because they are super hick and redneck, but I love a good county fair. Are you kidding me? Especially if they've got like a carnival attached to it or something. That stuff is great. I love carnivals and county fairs. They're so much fun. They're so, like, it's such simple fun. You know, there's nothing particularly complex about a county fair. There's crappy carnival food, a few craft stalls, and then kids with their, you know, pet goats, and then people driving tractors way too fast around a track. Like, it's hilarious. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. It's such simple, innocent fun. Absolutely love it. Back in a previous job when I did food and like restaurant inspections and stuff, I would fairly frequently have to go to county fairs because there'd be all kinds of food stalls that would need inspections. So I would be there oftentimes, and I yeah, there's like a very real fondness that I have for them. Okay, I guess that looks good. I mean, it's definitely gonna be like all not grass over there. It really is pivotal. It really is an essential component of Midwestern culture. It's just, I don't know. Like there's something, like, it's like I say, they're very redneck and very trashy, no doubt about it. But gosh, like, I don't know. How can you not enjoy it? How can you not think it's really fun and hilarious in its own right? So we're looking for the path tool, because we can do like docks here. And I think if I do, yeah, see, if we do that, we can put some docks, right? Because you can do them kind of like at an angle a little bit too. Oops. There we go. Most of them will be nice and straight, but some of them will be a little crooked. And watch what we can do. One that's like there, and then like bends. Boom. There we go. See? Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. It's great. Oh my gosh, I'm having one of those days where my nose itches like crazy for no apparent reason. It drives me insane. Because it's not like a I'm gonna sneeze kind of like itch or tickle. It's just like the skin on the surface of my nose just starts itching. Like it's on the outside. It just itches for no reason. And it's gonna stay like that for far too long. It's gonna make me look like an idiot as I'm sitting here constantly scratching my nose, wondering what the hell is wrong with me. And we do, actually, you know what? We'll mix it up a little bit and do that angle, and then we'll do that angle like that. There we go. So there's all of our docks. Again, it kind of looks kind of goofy, but I mean, I don't know. Could like, yeah, no, because it just looks goofy if we extend it out. It'd be nicer if it matched a little bit better, but that's okay. That's okay. It just doesn't ultimately matter all that much. It really doesn't. Okay, so now we just gotta add some random crap all around. And I'm thinking what we should do is, it's like, hold on. Like, let's go to our objects. So first off, I want to do some boats. Boat. No, not bore, boat. That's the one thing. Okay, so there's one thing about Dungeon Draft here. Their search program is really freaking goofy. Because it just, like, it searches for things that are just, like, kind of close. And so you end up with things like, you know, you search for boat and you get bore because some of the letters are the same. It's kind of confusing, to be perfectly honest, but you know, oh well. Okay, so there we go. Got a few boats around there. That looks good. Looks good. Although, actually, I don't like that I used the same boat for, like, all of them. So let's go back. Boat. Spent all my money on overpriced deep fried everything, petting farm animals and rides that were put together way too fast and to actually be safe. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You don't go there because it's good value. You go there because it's good entertainment. Honestly, it's like the way I view it always is very similar to like Renfest or something. You don't go there for the economically priced, funnel cakes. You go there because it's entertainment and it's fun to be there for a day. Not entirely dissimilar from just like going to a movie, right? You go to the theater not because it's the most economical way to watch, the latest Marvel movie or whatever. You do it because the experience is enjoyable. And county fairs, just going to the fairgrounds, it's just there. I don't know, like it's entertaining. It's fun. I have fun with it. I absolutely enjoy it. Okay, so we got boats there. So do they have like a market? No, they don't. Nice if they did, but they don't. It's like weird noises happening outside of my apartment because they're like power washing and painting all of our balconies. So I closed the blinds so that I don't have to look at strange people staring at me while they power wash my deck. Well, it's like extra confusing too though because we were told this was happening last week and then it never did. So I don't know. Oh hey, they got more ship stuff. Oh well. Alright, okay, I know I want some tents. Okay, fine. We'll just search for tent. There we go. Look at that. That's going to be some good stuff here. Hey, I'm just going to do some standard tents here. So it's like, I feel like, actually, you know what I kind of want to do here? I'm going to go to our building tool, and I'm just going to cheat, and I'm just going to do roofs. And we're just going to do some straw, some thatch roof, like buildings. We're just going to do a couple outbuildings, for the boats and everything around here. Oh wait, hold on. I want to stagger them a little bit, makes it look just a little bit more natural. Do something like that too at one point, and then maybe one that's like that. There we go. Just a couple outbuildings. So those are all primarily for the boats and stuff. Fishermen keeping spare supplies, all that kind of stuff. I don't care to make them necessarily interactable. So now I'm going to sit here and question myself because it would be kind of fun to make them places that players could hide in. I'm going to do it. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to individually create a bunch of different little outbuildings because I have problems. I have problems that amount to me enjoying making far more work for myself than is ever necessary. So we'll do like one right there. Can I wish I could put the pathway down lower. Is there a way? I wonder if I can do it from the path tool here. If we do edit points, maybe. I wonder if I can like select it. Because oh, that's true. Because these aren't. That's not actually a path, is it? Oh man, I wish it would let me change the levels. Hold on. There's gotta be a way, right? There's gotta be a way. There's just gotta be a way. I mean, come on. No, because it's only going to be for ones that I make from here on. Alright, well, we're just going to take the easy way out here, and what we're going to do, it's like one of my favorite things to do, take the easy way out. Alright, so instead what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and make sure they're all off the dock a little bit. Simplest solution right there is just to do it that way. Boom, I'm basically going to make like one building per dock here. And da. There we go. Okay. Handful of buildings here. And the thing is, these are all just going to be sheds. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put like little doors on each of them. I'm not even, like, I might put a window on each of them, but even then, that's like not really an essential part of this. It's just quick. Despite the fact that I'm already committing to so much more detail than anyone would ever notice or care about. Even I have limits to how much time I want to spend on this level of detail. So here's what we'll do. We'll just find, that's a door. I need to find a window. It's hard to visualize exactly what all of these windows are actually going to look like. But it doesn't really matter, I guess. So we'll just do like a window there. Give all of them just like a single window. Window, 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 and window. There we go. We all got a little window, so if anyone wants to try and like jump in the window for safety in the middle of a chase. I'm kind of banking on the concept of a chase ever happening in this area. Because realistically, that's kind of the only way in which any of these would ever actually be used. Because, really, functionally speaking, what use is the map of a fish market so that players can show up and buy a few rations of tuna or buy some fancy caviar bullshit to, like, bribe someone with? You know, that's like theater of the mind level stuff, and yet here I am doing this because I'm an insane person and I've got problems. I've got problems that I choose to take out on an audience as opposed to actually deal with functionally. Alright, so we're just gonna like plop some tents down here that are part of the market. So, like, I kind of want these to be somewhat haphazard here. Watch, we'll turn that one the other way. Tent. Oh my gosh, this thing, tent. Ah, my nose itching, and oh my god, my life is just a mess right now. Everything is just pure chaos, and my life is a mess, and I don't know what's going on. And thankfully, it's going to be documented online for everyone to see forever. It's perfect. We'll do like one little tent right there. Oh wow, that's a tiny one. Kind of had this idea that it would be a bit bigger. I don't want them to all be the same color. I don't know. I'll have to change colors of a couple of them, but that's fine. I also need to angle a couple of them off here. Do that like that. So I guess we can like kind of have some fun with like a circus tent type of thing. You know, maybe one person's got like some sort of exotic stuff that they're trying to sell. I don't know. Probably not, given the context of this particular village that I'm building right now. One right there, and look at that. Look at this. Look at this. To demonstrate that the world goes on beyond the actual fish market itself, what they see. You know, give that illusion of the world being a contiguous thing that doesn't just stop here. And then put one like tucked a little back further. And don't worry, we're going to add a bit more than just like random tents all scattered around. Let's do one right there. There. Oh, that's so tiny. So we can do like a tent right there. Yeah, like that maybe. And then, I don't know, let's put another one of these right over there. Alright. Now, what I would like to do, let's do like, yeah, we'll just like kind of make some of these like different colors. right? Adds a little bit of, whoops. Oh my goodness gracious, there we go. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, apparently we are not doing hold to to scroll anymore. We are now doing touch to scroll, and I don't pretend to understand what my computer does half the time. It just kind of does things and I go with it. It's got a mind of its own. It gives it character. It makes it fun, I guess. Stop. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's driving me insane. Alright, let's grab that one maybe. Ooh, maybe it's like a blue tent or something. That one's really fun and fancy. Fun and fancy free at that point. Alright. And then, there we go. There we go. That makes it a bit more colorful and fun, right? See, we're adding some live. I don't like that blue. I changed my mind. This is ugly. It stands out. It doesn't match. It doesn't make sense. Make it a gold color. There we go. Alright. Okay. Objects. So now what we're going to do. Let me just try doing fish maybe. See if there's. No. Okay. I don't know if there would be fishing things there. Let me try doing tools. See what kind of tools we can get here. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. See, now we'll just like plop a bit of rope down in all of these, right? You just kind of just like throw some crap down, ba-boom, and then like a rope pile right there and there, maybe. One step ahead of you. One step ahead of you. Yeah, I mean, you gotta add color to these types of things. You gotta spice it up. It just looks goofy if you don't, right? You gotta add some pizzazz to these things. So we do that, and like, you know, a couple of them will have just like a broom lying around. Like I say, I can almost guarantee that no players will ever encounter any of this crap. But you gotta provide it. You gotta provide it so it's there for, you know, for the sake of entertainment and fun. Put a nice trident. I'm sure at least one fisherman somewhere will have a trident. That makes perfect sense. You know, it has to be. It's a fish market with fisheries and crap. Of course there's going to be at least one guy that's got a trident. Look at this. For like repairing tools or something. Hey, you know. Exactly. It's like everything here is just like, if we need it, it's ready to go. You know, you never know. Because the thing is, and this is just like my obsession as a DM, right? But like as much as I'm capable of handling it, I'm really not a fan of having to just ad-lib things. Because ad-libbing is when I accidentally commit myself to doing like weird things that I hadn't really planned on, and you have to like commit to it too, and like that's the hard part, is remembering what you've committed to at any given time. I'll do that more. I think that's good. And so like if everything is sort of pre-planned out and prepared, I think I've got a loose mustache hair. I think that's what's causing my nose itching right now. Like I just noticed there's like a specific spot that's been tickling. See if that handles. Aren't you guys so glad that this is the crap that I focus on while I'm streaming? It's very professional. I don't know, that hammer's like maybe off to the side or something. There we go. But yeah, I like having things ready to go, as opposed to always trying to ad-lib. Because if I'm always trying to ad-lib, I tend to trip over myself, and like I'll overcommit to this, that, or the other thing, which is fine. You add it to the notes and add it to the game. But for me, I'm consistently a much better DM when things are prepared. Barrel. So, oh, we could just put a shitter right in the middle of town. No, we're not gonna do that. I could, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to do that. Alright, so now let's put this as an under. just to make sure, but we can put like that right there. And then, I don't know, I don't like how uniform that one's going to make it be. So what we can do is like a pile of sandbags and stuff. Just like that or something like that. Just adding some stuff to make it a bit more lively, a bit more believable that this could be, you know, in a fish market. If we do some stuff that's kind of like poking out like that, then it adds credence to the idea that these tents could be entered into, right? That maybe there's some stuff going on. Maybe what we could do, oh, you know what we could do? Maybe this guy's got set up. Let's see, there's not really a whole lot of room there. But here's what we could do. We could set up the trough like here. We could do a trough, and check this out, check this out. But boom, we can just add a little horse there. Let's put that over. There we go. See, check that out, check that out. Look at how lively that makes it look. Never stopped to ask if I should. Oh, I've asked if I should. And I'm well aware that putting in this much detail, should I? No. No, I shouldn't do it. But damn it, I like it and it's a hobby, so I'm going to do it anyway. You can't stop me. Alright, let's go back to our barrels here. Unless you're referring to putting the shitter right in the middle of the market, in which case the answer is absolutely we should. Because where else are people going to, you know, where else are people going to get their business taken care of? I don't like that positioning there. That doesn't look good. If we put that one right there, that looks okay. Let's grab a different barrel here. So we can do that one. And that one right there. Some barrels, that's good. And now check it out. We can go with a crate. Let's see. How is that? How is drowned body a result of the search for crate? Does anyone have any any insight as to how drowned body comes up when I search for crate? Waterfall. Okay, great. I can understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know, man. Some of the stuff just ends up being really goofy. I mean, it adds character, but also it's like, what the hell? But check it out. I can put that right there, right? And then it's like, yeah. It's like the rope is sitting on top of a box. Look at that level of detail we've added there. Look at how lively and realistic this all seems. And then I put this one like, and then maybe like one person's got their shit together, right? And they've got a couple crates that are set up as if like at a market. Crates like there. Put a crate. Maybe put some crates like in the back like that. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I could certainly see like where you might have a body surrounded by crates. I can understand, but it's like it's a search function. Like if I wanted a floating body to mix in with my crates, I would search for body. See, watch. We can do body. Oh, and it's just not going to do anything. There we go. There we go. So we got, there's our bodies, right? That's what we can do if I wanted to. So I don't. Oh, you know what? I know 100% why. It's searching within the ship tag. It still doesn't really give us the answer about why body showed up, but that's why. Okay, this thing. I know they have more bodies than that. No, go to clear out the tag. We want to clear out the tag here. Hold on. Just like all. Can I not get rid of the tag? This is why it's screwing up on me. No, search in all. We're not using the tag. I don't understand. I don't understand anything. Unpick the ship. Unpick the ship. I'm hobbling my own thing. Why is it doing this? I don't know. Custom set. Why is it doing this? Why are you the way you are? I don't understand. Well, fine. We can just. Is there not? There's not a body section there. This is the most ridiculous situation. Unpick ship. I don't know. I don't want everything to just be what's limited to the ship. Ah, my nose is still bothering me. Drives me insane. Okay, if we just maybe escape. No, it's gonna keep doing that. I just like I don't. I need more than just what is. Now I'm obsessed. Now I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, now it's gonna bother me forever. It's gonna bother me forever and ever. Oh well, I need to let it go. I need to just let it go because ultimately it doesn't matter. We've got pretty much everything that we need at this point in time. The only other thing, let's go to tools. Okay, yeah, we already had all of our tools and stuff to fill in our sheds and everything. So I guess we're good. Honestly, that kind of accomplishes everything I was hoping to accomplish with it. We've got our fish market there, all kinds of crazy stuff going on there. We got a dock with some boats. And I think we're good. So here's the next important thing. I'm gonna save this here. I'm doing this part off screen because, as I've explained before, I also keep a lot of like financial and personal documentation on my computer in the filing system. So the last thing I need is to accidentally dox myself by having the file system open. That's here. Nova. Troy Gladney. Fish Market. Boom. Save it. Alright, it's been saved. That works. That works right there. I dig it. I dig it 100%. So, let's see here. So we got that done. I'm just going to minimize that because we're probably going to be working on another thing. See, we can see I've even thought about the inventory. I only went so far as to say crappy fish and crappy shellfish all the way up to fancy fish and fancy shellfish. But I even thought about a damn inventory. This is my obsession. All right, gonna copy the link to the page here. Go to our big city over site here, and we're just gonna go ahead and there we go. So now we've got links to all of our places, right? So you can just click on it and boom, there we are in our notes. What's next? Oh yeah, we're gonna do like an actual boat ride. For the city. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Boat ride. Alright, great. Super cool and fun. Alright, I do want to make the boat right though. This will be an interesting thing. First we got to think about our owner. Oh, I don't know. I've given zero thought whatsoever to what the boat right would be like around here. I don't know. I guess a dwarf would make a decent boat, right? It's not like dwarves would have a whole lot of experience with boats per se, but they're good at building things, right? We could do that, and we've already established that there's a fairly high dwarven population in this city. So I don't know. Let's look at some dwarven names and see what we got. Yeah, there's me searching up different type of fish because I at first thought maybe I was gonna like price out individual types of fish, and then I realized that was a little more work than I was interested in doing. So let's go to fantasy name generators, which is, I've said it before and I'll say it again, one of my favorite tools for world building. I love this tool. It's so handy. Yeah, let's come up with some dwarf names. I don't know. Let's make it a lady. Let's make it a lady dwarf, and she'll be extremely good at making boats. Thetutrid. These dwarf names are so goofy. Sirgagret. Sirgagret. Snedadririn. Gosh, these names are so impossible to say. Oodalid. I actually like that one, Oodalid. Let's go with Oodalid. Oodalid. Oodalid, I don't know. I like Pebbleheart. I don't know, that's kind of got like a connotation of like water, right? Because like pebbles on the shore or something. I don't know. Who am I kidding? I don't know a damn thing about what I'm doing. I'm just making it up and hoping people don't catch on to the fact that I don't know jack. But I like Oodalid Pebbleheart. That sounds good. Okay, so we need one note. Boatwright. Owner is Oodalid. Oodalid Pebbleheart. Oodalid Pebbleheart. Gotta say it with that nice accent. Let's see here. Okay, so one thing that we haven't had to do yet, because all of the places that I've done have been more like the city keep, the town hall, the fish market, right? They've been like locations as opposed to specific shops. But now that I'm making specific shops, we gotta come up with fun names for all of our shops. So what we're gonna do is we're going to just put the boatwright part, boatwright part in parentheses here. There we go. But we gotta come up with an actual name for Oodalid's, for Oodalid's boatwright shop here. I want to do something with Pebbleheart. Oh yeah. No, there's a wide variety of how complicated people will make names. Dwarves are definitely a big victim of like sometimes having like super overcomplicated names. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, there's different schools of thought on how complicated to make names. Personally, I like to make them really complicated if I can, just because I know all of my players are dicks and they will invariably come up with some sarcastic pun to call all of my characters by. So the more complicated I make the name, the more reasonable it is for them to do that, you know, and it hurts a little less when they come up with stupid names. Because it's always a nightmare when you like sit there and like try to think about like a name that's like, okay, let's see here, this guy's a paladin hero, I need to come up with like a really strong, important name for them that means a lot. It's like, so you come up with this name that it's like, you make this backstory. It's like, yes, the Ironheart clan that has this like storied history of like war hero family members and everything, and you know they immediately are like, oh, what's that one guy? Iron Hat is his name or something like that, and it's just like, so they just call him Hat for the rest of it. It's like, God, I came up with this really important and meaningful backstory for this character, and guys shat all over it immediately. So if I just use a random generator, it hurts less because I haven't spent all kinds of time coming up with a name. And then if I make them as complicated as possible, if I make really complicated names, I can at the very least mess with my players by making it really hard for them to remember or understand what the fuck I'm talking about when they first hear the name, until they come up with whatever stupid pun they're going to come up with. Until they make up whatever stupid joke name they're going to do. It's perfect. It's a very balanced contention that we have. It works for our group. Oh my god. Hold on. I need to refresh my beverage here. You can call him Hat. Exactly. It's like, I guess you guys can call him whatever you want to, because ultimately you're gonna do that anyway. You're gonna do whatever you want anyway, regardless of my feelings. I'm just the DM. What do my feelings matter? I'm not bitter. Alright, I don't know, I want to come up with a good, see, where I like to use puns is when I'm coming up with shop titles. To me, the best shop titles are some sort of pun. and it's really fun. Bonus points if you can make the pun with their name, right? So like Pebbleheart, like so Boatwright with Pebbleheart. My immediate thought is Pebbleheart's Pebbleheart's paddlers, you know, like a rowing or a paddle, like a paddle boat or something. Pebbleheart's paddlers, something like that. Like I immediately love that. Pebbles and whistles. That would be really good if she had a trinket shop or like a little like a general shop or something like that. That'd be really good for that. I do like that. Yeah, exactly. It'd be really good for like just a general shop, you know. But we're with the Boatwright. I don't know. I like paddlers. I like Pebbleheart's paddlers. I don't know. I'm open to other suggestions, but I mean, look at this. Pebbleheart's. Oops, no, where's my apostrophe? Pebbleheart's paddlers, right? And it's almost got like an extra little pun in there because paddler is close to peddler, like someone who's selling things, right? So she's like a peddler of paddlers, of a paddle boat peddler. I don't know, whatever. Pebbleheart's paddlers. It's a Boatwright. I don't know. Fuck it. All right. So yeah, there we go. Pebbleheart's paddlers. I love it. I absolutely adore it. Talking about her history. So let's talk a little bit about who this Oodalid Pebbleheart person might be. Who is this Oodalid? Let's see here. Prior to joining, this is the part where joining. This is the part where I really just start kind of riffing stuff off the cuff and we just go with it. Because ultimately it's probably not going to matter a whole lot. But with shopkeepers, so my philosophy with shopkeepers and everything and doing stores in general is I design my world so that there's really only one of any given type of shop that my players will visit. Because if you have too many general stores that they go to, at least with my players, I've always noticed they have the tendency to get very attached to shopkeepers. And they always want to know all about the histories of every shopkeeper because they have this like thought process in their head that they're going to somehow end up being like a super important character, every single shopkeeper. They're going to, it's always, my players always try to make shopkeepers more than just a shopkeeper. So I always have to be prepared for that. So I always add a little bit of backstory to them. So that way it's like if they do exactly that, I'm prepared for it. Hey, Inflatable Cat, how's it going? But also the thing is it doesn't matter because they're just a shopkeeper. I don't really often use shopkeepers as like mission dispensaries, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't know, just to appease my players. Prior to joining the effort to build Novo Troy Cladney.
Feel like they're downloading from the cosmos.
Prior to joining the effort to build,
that's how it came out.
Oodalid.
Now let's make it better.
Oopsie, Oodalid.
But just writing.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Understanding rather than from the place of fear.
Liddy to her friends and family. They call her Liddy. Oh my god, I already think she's fantastic. I'm already getting far more attached to her than I intended to. That's what happens. That's what happens when you create characters and are a world builder. You eventually get attached to things. Which is also why it hurts so much when people, when your players just like immediately just absolutely pun all over everything that you write. Let's see here. Okay, create. Prior to joining the effort to build Nova Trocladny, Oodalid, or Liddy, as her Liddy to her friends and family, was a. So I don't need a comma there. Was a carpenter who specialized in, I don't know, we'll say roofs. Yeah, that actually works really well. Check it. And roofs. But with the opportunity presenting itself to one day join an expedition to help reclaim the High Doom. Oops, no, we only need one. The High Doom Mountains for her people. We'll stick with Liddy here. Liddy was happy to abandon that profession. Let's see here. Upon arrival at the site for the new city, a need for people who could. Oops. There ain't no I in people. That's almost a motivational saying. There's no I in people. But that's not true because I'm one of a collection of people. So like, there is, but there isn't. Anyway. People who could build waterproof boats for fishing in the lake. Though Liddy had no experience building boats. Oops. That Yuki is getting real fussy for me these days. No experience, though Liddy had no experience building boats. She was quite accomplished at waterproofing due to her experience building roofs. She was able to translate the skills well and swiftly became recognized as the best boat builder and repairer in town. We'll say nowadays Pebble Hearts Paddlers is the most well-regarded boat right in around, and business is that's because I'm a dummy and I put the I in the wrong place. And business is booming. Boom. There we go. All right, little backstory for our friend Liddy here, who I am swiftly becoming attached to, and will probably one day shoehorn in reasons for characters or for players to interact with her, as ends up happening with a lot of the things that I create. I'm very big on saying that things are unimportant and then growing attached to them and making them important just because. Which then, of course, just sets me up for disappointment because it's important to me. And what did I just say about the pitfalls of being a DM that makes things that are like important and valuable? You know, people will eventually just make a pun out of it and make a joke out of it, no matter how much of your heart and soul you pour into it, and it's fine, and I'm not upset about it at all. I'm not bitter. I don't hold any sort of negative feelings, and I definitely am not planning on getting my revenge by one day having all of the characters that they've made fun of with their names show up and turn into the big bad guys that will just get a nice total party kill. No way am I ever planning on doing that. Alright, Personality quirks. Liddy, I don't know. Like, what's her personality like? I mean, she's a dwarf, so she's naturally going to be rather serious. Let's see here. Let's say Liddy is a serious person when it comes to business, but is perfectly friendly on a day-to-day basis. I hope my players don't watch my streams. They have not. They have not. As far as I know, none of them have snuck on and tried to watch any of the streams. As far as I know, because they all work at hours that don't coincide with when I stream here. But that's also the possibility. The possibility is exactly why I am working on a campaign that is not the one that we are playing in right now. Because last thing I need is for them to stream snipe and understand all of my deepest plans. Hey, Dr. Smile. I have not hit affiliate. That said, I'm not trying very hard. So, so it is what it is. If it happens, great. If not, I'm not that worried about it. That's kind of one of the perks about doing this as more of a hobby than a potential revenue source. I'm not that worried about it. If it happens, awesome. But as of right now, I'm just stoked that people are interested at all. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. One of these days. I just don't want to have to, like... I mean, if I'm being real about it, the thing that I don't want to do is I don't want to have to be like the power streamers that, like, you know, you have to constantly do ad reads and you constantly have to keep track of what's the most popular thing, like what are people watching, what should I be streaming. It's like, I don't know, that's just not to me. That like that very rapidly strays away from why I like streaming in the first place, which is just to like share in my hobbies with other people who share the same hobbies. So it'd be really cool if doing it that way eventually can lead me to being affiliate or having an income, you know, a source of income from streaming. But I don't know. I'm not that worried about it. One day maybe. One day maybe. Glad to see you here though. Let's see here. So Liddy is a serious person when it comes to business, but is perfectly friendly on a day-to-day basis. She gives off a motherly aura in that she'll dote on you, but also be very disappointed if you can't be serious when necessary. There we go. I don't know. We'll just do that way. Probably won't ever be relevant anyway. But there it is. Alright, reception to haggling. Liddy is open to haggling and bartering, but don't insult her by lowballing too much. Otherwise, she'll happily tell you to take your business elsewhere. So it's like, if you come to her and say like, hey, I need this done, you know, I need this fishing boat or this boat made for this reason, but I'm tight on cash, she'll happily try to cut you a deal or work on a payment plan or something like that. But if she just comes in and says, yeah, that'll be 300 gold for that, and you're like, how about 100 gold? She'll be like, how about fuck off? You know, my price is, I made a price here. Don't insult me. That's kind of where she's at. Creativity. So if she'll accept commissions or anything. Liddy will take commissions for say unusual products, but isn't known. Man, my stupid nose is so itchy. It's driving me insane. Lydia will take commissions for unusual products, but isn't known for her artistry. Isn't known for her artistry. She will find a practical solution, but probably won't have any art museum worthy creations. Boom. Like we're gonna. Yeah, well, like, you know, it's just I want all of my characters, even NPCs, even unimportant ones, I want them to be enjoyable for me to play, because if they come up, there's a good chance that players will see them multiple times, right? Especially if we're talking about someone who can be commissioned to make a custom piece or something like that. So I want it to be fun for me, and I also want the character to be fun for players. And one of the things that's really important about, or really helpful in making sure that an NPC is fun for the players to interact with, is if they feel unique and different from every other character, right? And I know for me, the tendency, like, I have one or two personalities that I tend to default to when I have to just sort of like riff and wing it for any of my NPCs. So by taking the time to sort of create a character and kind of envision a specific type of character with a specific personality, right, and then by putting the notes down there, then I've got something that's a little unique, unique and special and fun for players to play with, and without relying on me just memorizing all of them. You know, because that's the other thing about it, too, is it's like, it's one thing to think about a character, but then on the fly, when you're like, oh, shoot, was this that character? Was that this character? You know, it's like, here, I've got the notes. I can fall back on these. And we're good to go. So, yeah, I appreciate that. And, I don't know, it's something that I think is really important. Because the other thing about it, too, like I say, talking about my own enjoyment, I don't make a character sheet. You know, as the DM, as someone who's the forever DM, because I've been identified among my friends as being decent at being a DM, and so I always get asked to do that job so that everyone else can play, and largely speaking, I'm pretty happy to do it because I love world building. I'm kind of working all this stuff anyway. But because I don't often play a character, you know, I don't make character sheets, I don't have my fun warlock with a deep storied history and family heirlooms or whatever. These are my characters. These are how I get to enjoy role-playing. So it's valuable to me to take the time and actually create a fun, interesting character, so that even if I only interact with them for a half hour every 4 sessions, because they're just a shopkeeper, it's fun for me to do. I can pull them up and I can be like, perfect. Yeah, this is a fun character. I know kind of what we're doing here. You know, and I can pull them up and I can sort of slip into that character for the time being and have fun with it, as opposed to just always just being a version of me but with an accent, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It's a valuable exercise to me to take the time to really flesh this type of stuff out, because it's what will definitely make things fun and exciting and fresh for me. Because I'll tell you what, like, and I don't mean this as a dig or anything, but generally speaking, if you're a DM, your players oftentimes aren't really thinking all that much about the DM's enjoyment, right? They're worried about what their characters are doing and you know, how they're having fun and what their group is doing. And there's the tendency, and again, I don't mean this as like a dig or some sort of criticism on any of my friends or really just D&D in general, but there's the tendency to sort of end up viewing the DM as sort of like the computer that's presenting the video game, right? The tendency to view the DM as being just like the rules machine for them to then sort of try and enjoy the game. So there's a certain necessity as a DM to sort of make your own fun out of it, right? Not necessarily at players' expense or anything like that, or at the expense of making the game good, but being able to shoehorn in, ways in which you will find enjoyment out of it. And that's not to say that players never care about their DM's enjoyment. It's just, when you think about the dynamics of being in a session, who's collaborating and coming up with plans? The players are. While the DM just kind of sits there and observes. It's like who's, like when you're the DM and you're in the middle of combat, there's the expectation that you will lose every time. So it's like it's the players' enjoyment that's the focus of it. And so if you're not attentive to your own fun as a DM, a lot of times your fun will fall between the cracks. So doing small things like this is a really good way of adding fun for yourself without disrupting the flow of the game. Yeah, absolutely. World building and storytelling really go hand in hand. So I feel that entirely. And it's like, for me, I don't even necessarily, I love, one of the things that makes D&D really fun for me, as someone who loves world building as a hobby, is sort of having that input from other sources that will, that will cause, potential changes and whatnot in your game. And for me, that's half of the fun involved. Sorry, I'm fussing with some stuff here really quick. There we go. Hardware stuff. And so that adds a lot of fun to it. But again, that's what is that focusing on? That's focusing on the players, right? And what they want to do with the story and their fun. Because they're the ones who kind of get to change and impact your world. So you have to, as the DM, sort of take charge of your own enjoyment of the game and make sure that you establish things so that when it's kind of like imagine you're a babysitter, right? Working on babysitting some toddlers. Not to necessarily say that my players are all toddlers, but in my specific situation, they're all toddlers, or emotionally and mentally toddlers. I'm just giving them a hard time. In case they are watching, those little buttheads. But it's like, imagine being a babysitter and you're playing blocks with a kid who that kid loves to play T-Rex, right? So they're going to topple down your block tower that you're going to make. So you learn to, as a babysitter, find your enjoyment in not just building something, but building something that's fun to watch it get destroyed, right? It's fun. It's not just, you learn your enjoyment from building things, but also in building things in such a way that you don't mind that they get toppled over, right? And so that's kind of what I do when I'm trying to write things. I find my enjoyment in building worlds, building these characters that are fun for me to slide into and role play as. But I kind of that's why I like adding the bit of history and stuff to them too, because that way it's kind of fun for me also to imagine their life before and after the players interact with them. And so that kind of creates that enjoyment regardless of what players do to knock things over. And if you have a player that's kind of fleshed out, if players come in like perhaps literally a bull in a china shop for a shop, it's fun to sort of plan for that disaster by creating a character that will have a real reaction, not just a predictable, of course they're going to be mad kind of reaction, but an actual reaction that has some sort of sense of nuance and stuff that's different than what this other shopkeeper would do. So I don't know, it's a long rant and I'm kind of going off the rails with it here, but the point is there's a lot of value in, as a DM, adding this detail, because it's, even if my players will never encounter it, the detail is for me, right? I'm having fun with this detail. It makes me happy to know that there's this much detail in my world, so that if the players do want to dig into it, I can present it to them. But otherwise, it makes me happy to know that I've got this fully fleshed out world that it does matter what the players do. And then I can sort of change the world and influence based on what they do. So, I don't know. So, food for thought. Food for thought for anyone else who's a DM out there trying to think about, okay, what's the necessities versus what do I want to do? And I always go for well beyond the necessity because it's fun. It's fun, and damn it, I get to have fun too. Even though I'm the forever DM. I get to have fun too. Alright. Rant over. Community. The community likes Liddy and relies upon her work. That said, they do tend to take her for granted because of her tendency to produce quality work without any fuss or fanfare. Most people have simply come to expect good work from her. Regardless of really of any outstanding circumstances. Nobody will say nobody let's say acknowledges or even realizes how essential she is, but things would grind to a halt around the docks if Liddy suddenly closed her doors. Boom, we'll do that. So she's a little underappreciated, but maybe she doesn't mind that, right? She understands it, and she just doesn't. Purposely making things hard and watching them struggle. Yeah, no, definitely. Like I say, you know, there's small revenge in making sure that things aren't easy for them, even if it's just as simple as making a name that's hard for them to pronounce. Definitely, yeah, that has to be a fun part of a DM's job. Like, you have to enjoy watching them struggle, but you have to enjoy watching them ultimately overcome whatever challenge you've given to them, right? Because if it's just all about the struggle, then just, you know, they're level 1s, go ahead and throw an ancient dragon at them and watch them cry and die, but I've only done that 3 times. It's not a big deal. I don't know if I've ever actually had a group that played a single campaign long enough to eventually take on an ancient dragon. Truthfully. I don't know that that's ever happened to me in my life. I'm okay with it, because I've always still had fun with my games, but I don't know that we've ever gotten to that point before. Alright. Okay, so now, looking at the time here, we can either, I think we'll have time to either iron out her inventory or make the map. And if I'm being perfectly honest, making the map sounds like more fun right now, so I'm going to do that. So let's make a new one here. Now we're going to go back to 32 by 24, just because that's how I prefer to work. I prefer it to work wider. I think everyone does. It's kind of like how the human eye is structured, isn't it? To like be able to see wider than taller, because we've got more at stake on the horizon rather than above, you know, in the sky or at our feet. So our vision is kind of more wide-based, so everyone's just kind of more comfortable working this way. Anyway, not that anyone other than me cares or even thinks about that kind of thing. Oh wait, no, you know what? Let's see, how do I want to do this? Anything about this? No, yeah, I want to keep it this way. 100%. Okay. Because here's what we're going to do. Check this out. This is going to be cool. New building tool. This is what we're going to do. I want to... we're going to make this fairly wide here. And just to make things a little bit more intriguing, right, we're going to add a little bit of texture to this place. I want this to be nice and big. This Boatwright shop. So let's see here. I'm exactly correct. Things that I never hear for 200. You're exactly correct. Let's see here. I don't. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to delete the wall the way they do things here. Yeah, I don't know if I can delete the wall. Okay, hold on. I gotta do this a little differently. I gotta approach this a little differently. Okay. Okay, so here's how I'm gonna do this. How I'm gonna do this. Because what I have in mind, how I want to do this. Let's go to our terrain brush, or no, our water brush. Excuse me. Is I want to, again, this is our boat, right? So we've got our lake there. But what I want is for her to have carved out a little canal that comes inside here, right? And so it's like they can do work and launch boats from inside of their structure here, is what I want to do. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just do it like that, because we're then gonna surround it by actual flooring here. So if we go to our wall, let's do our floor tool here. See, the problem is, like, what I'm trying to do, I guess let's just start with our shop, right? So we're gonna go, you know, like, cause here's our shop there, cause I'm gonna put like some dock in there. Right, well, I guess we'll do that, maybe. That looks okay. Well, no, I guess that's okay. Okay, wait. I got this. Wait, no, I don't. Hold on. I'm trying to. So the struggle that I'm having right now is I'm trying to think about how this works, in regards to what tools I have at my disposal. Because, like I say, there's some. If we delete wall. This is just gonna, like, I don't understand how to. What if we just do that? There, okay. I figured it out. I know how I'm doing this. Undo. Alright, I figured it out. Let's see, even pictures, horizontal images are usually more aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, absolutely. That's just how our human eyes work, and our human monkey brains, prefer things to be easy. So here we are. Okay, so here's what I want to do with it. Oops. So I want to go here, do that, and then we'll do that. Boom. There we go. Now we got good flooring. Haha. I'm figuring this stuff out. I'm figuring it out. Hold on a second, though. There's one thing I need to do here. Okay, hold on. You know what? I'm going to undo a lot of this here. I'm going to redo that. Now we're going to come up with our shape here. For our water, I kind of want to make this canal a little bit more narrow. I think I over-committed a bit on the wideness of it, and I want it to all be nice and uniform. I think that looks better. Now we can go to our building tool. No wall with the floor. Funky shape, so we can get all groovy with it all. Boom. I have the tendency to overcommit on size of shops and buildings in general, because I kind of lose track of the fact that each square is supposed to be 5 feet. So, like, really, this is actually a ginormous building. We're talking, like, you know, a couple hundred feet, but like, yeah, at least 100 feet, but like a couple hundred feet by a couple hundred feet. Like, we're talking about thousands of square footage right here alone. Is the tendency that I have. So I'm trying to be better about avoiding that. So now we can make our walls. Boom, 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 like that, and then that still leaves a nice big open, almost like a garage door type of situation, right? So that boats can be launched from in there. You know, and in theory, 5, 10, 15, 20, or yeah, 5, 10, 15, yeah, so it's like 20 feet. So in theory, my thought is, in theory, because this is just a lake, it's not like they're going to have, like, you know, sailing across the ocean-sized boats. This will be big enough for small and then large fishing boats. So it's like they could, in theory, build a nice large boat and then be able to just kind of like launch it directly. You know, they build it over here and then launch it into there and then out there is the idea. So now we just gotta like fill this with stuff to make that seem feasible. So let's go with our portal tool here. We'll need doors, obvi. Yeah, so we'll just like, it's got like an unassuming front door right there. Unassuming front door right there. And I like to imagine this is almost more like a warehouse, so there are a lot of doors for people to be able to come in and out of as they need to. Hey, Tailkurt, how's it going? Yes, I am indeed using Dungeon Draft. You got it right. You got it right. I love this tool. 100%. It's great. And then, again, we'll put some extra doors here. Like I say, it's kind of like a warehouse. They've got a lot of access points to be able to bring materials in. In fact, like if we're thinking about things practically, they'd probably have like a double door type of situation going on there. So, yeah, exactly. A large door for material. So we can like put a large double door right there. Heck, we could even make it a triple door. Nice big door. I don't know. It's kind of we'll just do double door. Functionally, it's a little clumsy the way the tool works, but it'll work well enough. So we can do that right there. All right. What else do we need? Windows? I guess we could put some windows in there. I don't know that they would be like viewing windows as an essential thing, but we'll give them a couple windows. I appreciate it. Appreciate you dropping by for sure, and thank you. Always happy to see anyone stop by. Really, just because I think it's flattering that people think that my stuff is interesting. Place a TV on the place. Yeah, for sure. A nice modern large screen TV for my for my medieval boatwright shop. There we go. Just a couple windows so that way they have like, actually, you know what, we don't need windows on that side because they have a big giant port open for ships to come in and out of, for boats to be launched from, and for them to be pulled in for repairs and everything. Yeah, it's especially, yeah, we gotta avoid. That's right, we gotta avoid. I mean, heaven forbid you don't have a TV at all, but if you're gonna have a TV, don't waste my time with one of them ancient tube TVs. That would be absurd. Flat screen and get the fuck out of here. Although, actually, when you think about aesthetically, every single repair shop that I've ever been to, like, they've had the same TV since like 1994. Like, it's always one of them really cheapo tube TVs that has, like, the built-in VHS thing, right? And it's always, and they've always got the, like, you know, like, those like, MTV car mod things going on. Always one of those. Those or just pure infomercials, like the pure infomercial channel that, like, you always wonder why that channel exists, because who the fuck would turn on the infomercial channel? But it's there. It's always there. That's how I remember cable, anyway. That's what I remember from cable. God, my nose is so itchy right now. It's driving me insane. Just go skip TV and go magical illusionary 3D projection. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's it 100%. It's actually what it is. It's a teleportation circle that they have like 15 of them open at once, and a bard stands in the middle of it and plays music so that they're in like 15 places at once. It's a very expensive subscription, but people love it. Oh no, Tailkurt, that's everywhere. That's every repair shop. It's a necessity, and I'm honestly disappointed if I walk into one and they don't have that going on. It's honestly a disappointment to me. All right, I don't know, man. All right, let's get some crap thrown in here. We need to just do some objects at this point in time because we've got all the essentials. Actually, you know what? There's one more thing that we need to do. We need doors like right here, kind of like the safety doors in factories, right? Because you because you can't stand underneath. You can't go underneath the up and down doors for safety reasons. Because if it fails and it like crashes down, it'll kill you. So you always have the side door that you're supposed to go through as a person. Catch you later, Tauker. Thanks for stopping by. All right. So now we can just throw some objects around and stuff. And mostly, I actually want this to feel like a big, wide open warehouse. You know, more than anything. I really actually want that here. So first thing I want to start with is pillar. Okay, a log pile. That's kind of a pillar, but absolutely not a pillar in any way, shape, or form. There we go. We just want some pillars around. Because it's a nice big warehouse, I mean, I think it's like one big open room. I think some pillars around are kind of an essential thing for structural support here. So we're just going to throw some pillars here. Because obviously I'm trying to make this as completely like reasonable and accurate as possible. And a couple pillars right there. Boom. There we go. Okay. Pillars for a warehouse. Now, let's see. I do want to, just to add to the sense of this being an active place. Boat. Boom. Put in a couple boats here that are like being repaired. Put one of those right there. There we go. Couple boats that are actively being worked on right now. Check this out. We can like put a couple sails just like tucked in a corner here that are up and ready to go for, you know, for various repairs and stuff. Just like stack them up kind of like they're all stacked up over there. It's great. That's great. Actually, here, wait, check this out. If we do ship. Oh, hell yeah. You know we're going to pile some anchors somewhere. Hell yeah. Faux show. Sorry, this is already great. I already love this. Hold on. We'll just add some variety with another anchor. Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course, we got some like wheels and crap in there. Check it. We'll just pile a couple of those up there. What's this? A shield? I don't care about that crap. A couple masts. Right? I don't know. I don't know how likely it would be that they just have these things like randomly sitting around. I don't know what an ancient medieval ship repair yard would look like. But I like to imagine it would be like a boat version of... Oh, that's a big mast. I don't know that I want them that big sitting around here. I like to imagine that they would be not too dissimilar from like a modern day auto repair shop where there's also just like, you know, a couple shelled out cars sitting in the lot and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm making this up. I don't know jack. Oh my god, there's so many sails. Are you kidding me? Oh! Just one of those sitting in there. It's a little bit bigger than what I feel like we need. I like the smaller boat ones. We're talking about just like a lakeside fishing operation. They don't really have big seafaring ships. I think that'd be very necessary. So we'll do stuff like that. Oh, I wonder if we have nets. Do they have like net items? Damn it. That's annoying. That disappoints me. I wish they had nets caged. Yeah, no, those are gonna look like a. All right, fine, whatever. Hold on, let me just do. Let's go back to all. Let's do rope. There we go. And of course, there's just gonna be like ropes scattered around all over the place. Right? That seems like a given to me personally. Just a couple ropes scattered around. There we go. And then now let's just go ahead and look for tools. Boom. I don't know. A trident is probably not all that necessary, but maybe they've got. Oh, you know, it would actually make a lot of sense for them to have some anvils. You know, a couple. These things, maybe that one's lying on the ground. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Forge? I don't know. It seems sensible to me that there might be a forge, but maybe that would be like outside or something. I don't know. I don't know these things. An organ. That's the same as a forge. Same as a fork. A fork is a forge. I'm really glad that they have I don't know why they're only showing the small ones. They have like a, oh yeah, they've got a blacksmith. There we go. Yeah, so you can do like a big, oh yeah, see, these are the types of tools that I was thinking of. Right? So that there. Slack tub. Oh yeah, you goddamn right. You know what? We're gonna put the forge like by the double doors or something and pretend there's like a chimney. Call it good there. So we'll do that. We'll put like a slack tub next to it. Got stuff going on there. What is that? A coal bag? Hell yeah, there's a coal bag. Are you kidding me? And then we'll put a bellows kind of nearby, scattered around. Seems sensible. I don't know, and I'm gonna like throw a couple other tools lying around there. Design table, yeah, sure, why not? Maybe there's a design table kind of off to the side here. Another one there that's not presently in use. We'll do that. That makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. I don't know. There we go. That's fine. Honestly, that's all we need. I'm just trying to fill up basically an empty warehouse is what this would be. This was what it would make the most sense to me. Although, actually, here's one other thing that I want to do. I feel like it would also make sense if there was like there's like a boat piled up off to the side here, right? It's maybe not in use, and then maybe we have another boat that's over here being worked on the land or on the floors or something like that. I don't know. It's good enough, honestly. We don't need it to be all that special. The only other thing now that I want to do, I'm going to run a little over my time for this, but that's okay. Because the only thing that's happening after this is that I'm switching over to Mass Effect, and I think that I don't need a whole lot of time to accomplish what I want to accomplish in Mass Effect today, so we'll go ahead and run over a little bit here. This is definitely going to have much more dirt than it is grass around here, so we're just going to fill this in. Which is like, I know it's kind of redundant that I did all that, but I also want there to be able to be a bit of a yard, like in some places, you know. Right, so it's like a bit of a yard in some places, kind of mostly around the front yard. Yeah, I'm finishing up Mass Effect. I think I'm going to finish it off today, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think that would make sense. Have some grass that goes out along that way, but then the rest of it's going to be dirt. I think that would be good. I think that'll be good. Looks good there. They probably wouldn't want any trees nearby so they can maneuver large equipment and stuff in and out of the building. Honestly, I think that actually looks pretty good. I don't know, there's a whole lot else that I want to worry about with this place. Especially because, as I always say, my players will likely never encounter it, so who the hell cares? This is all for my own benefit, my own enjoyment. I love doing it, though. I absolutely love it. I think it's so much fun. Yeah, hell yeah. I think that looks good, actually. I think that looks really good. So I'm going to save this so I don't forget to do it. Novatron Gladney, boat right. Boom, save that. Alright, let's see here. Nice, nice. We're on like the same Mass Effect schedule. That's awesome. Alright. I think that looks good, honestly. I think that looks kind of exactly how I want it. I guess there's one other thing I want to do. There's one more thing. I'm just going to make this part a little less uniform. So that way it looks a little less, I don't know, goofy. There. There, see? I think that looks great. I think that looks really awesome. I'm actually really pleased with that. I'm going to save that since I made a couple changes. Oh, boom. There we go. There we go. There we go, baby. That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, I think looking at the time, oh, that's like right on time, actually. It's 1:30, so I'm going to take a bit of a break. Just like 10-15 minutes, as I usually do. Just to rest my voice a little bit. And then I'll be right back with Mass Effect 2. But as far as the writing stream goes, I think I'm going to call it a day here. So thanks to everyone who stopped by. Hopefully there was some interesting, fun stuff for you guys to watch me work on here. I certainly had a good time with it. Self-plugs. always, I do have my Discord nowadays. You can find the link to that on my channel. Feel free to join that if that's something you're interested in. I'm hoping that I can one day get myself to be better about being more active on it myself, and we can turn that into a fun little hub of, discussing different homebrew D&D ideas and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I think it'd be really cool to have sort of a community, especially because I know a lot of people will come in with their own ideas and stuff like that, and I always feel bad that like their ideas are kind of just lost to the chat and lost to the VODs and stuff, because there's cool ideas that I'd love to explore more when I've got more time, and share with people. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to join that. Other than that, this week, tomorrow I should be on to stream. As usual, no streaming on Wednesdays. I will actually be out of town for a work item on Wednesday. I believe Thursday I will be able to stream as well. And then Friday is a big maybe. I've got family coming into town, and it really depends on when they get into town. If they're not getting into town till later, then I will stream Friday. If they're coming into town earlier, then I will not. But definitely Tuesday and Thursday I should be on to stream, and stay tuned about Friday. That's just for the writing streams this week. Mass Effect is kind of in the same, video game stream. It's kind of in the same boat, but I think that's my announcements. So yeah, again, thank you so much to everyone who stopped by. Or if you're watching the VOD after the fact, thank you for showing interest as well. I think it's really cool. I have so much fun with this, and I love that people are coming in and watching me just do whatever goofy crap I'm building. I think it's really cool, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, y'all are cool people. If you're sticking around for Mass Effect, I'll see you in like 10-15 minutes. If you're not, then I will see you next time for more world writing. I appreciate each and every one of you. You're cool people, and yeah, I'll see you later regardless. All right, there's the end stream button. All right, I'll be back shortly.